Do it in your best reading voice.
Just kill you off tonight, and then
Problem
I'll waste
solved.
all that planning time.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
Exactly.
Yum yum.
I can't think where to start. I know what I'll do. I'll say, everybody, you can tell me what happened to your characters last time we played. And we'll begin with whoever wants to say first.
Well, we all leveled up.
No, I don't think you did, actually.
To level 8. That's amazing. We were so surprised by your generosity.
Definitely remembered leveling up. Guys, back me up here.
Yep. Sounds like to me.
Well, if you've already leveled up, your character should already be that level on my sheets, yeah, so I guess you did level up.
Yeah.
So I'm level 15. Good.
Yeah. And you reminded me it was Pierre and Jane's first little date. I think.
Sorry.
I think that was probably the. And then Ember got Blaze back with Diligence's help. Yeah.
Yeah.
You left Guark and you left Raidra behind. I remember that.
Yep.
You took Dewey with you.
Yep.
What did we do in 4.5 hours?
That.
You were sort of
We went to the fortress at the end.
Yeah, but that was like half an hour.
Session, wasn't it?
We spent like maybe an hour travelling back to Fort Champion. And then we were at Fort Champion in the meeting for about another hour. Then we were doing Ember and Blaze stuff for about another hour. Then Joan and Pierre was about another hour nearly. And then the last hour was meeting and then Fort Guac.
Oh yeah. I remember you met Atakte.
Yeah.
Word that I can never say, but I just did. And you met, I can't remember his name, but the orc. He's friends with Pierre.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.orc.
Such a hard name to remember.
Well, he doesn't have much of a personality.
Yeah, he does.
Other than dumb. Well, not in my mind. He hasn't been fleshed out yet in my head.
You've got to just watch Better Call Saul again because he's that character.
Oh, that guy, yeah. Is it that? Oh, I can't even remember what music it was.
I can tell you're proper lagging today.
Yeah. That one. Give that. So, I sort of can't. I imagine you were talking to Bobby, and Diligence and Pierre were like, "Oh, Bobby, what are you doing here?" And he probably told you that he'd been caught for his crimes and had the choice of either going to jail or coming to the fort. And I can't remember what Atakte and Ember were talking about. I think just how Atakte and Ember have been since you last saw each other.
Yeah, I think it was just catching up, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, I will. Let's have a look. Here. I'll remind you of what this whole place looks like. That's probably a good place to start, seeing we haven't done it in 2 weeks.
How do you play Dund?
What?
How do you play Dund?
I don't get it. So the area that
I get it.
Ember's standing in, it has a huge statue of Hel, which dominates the room. It's surrounded by stone benches. You assume it's a place for reflection and prayer. The atmosphere in the central seems solemn and reverent. Many staircases lead down to the tavern and the market areas. And the bit that Pierre and Diligence are in The large prayer hall leads down into a functional tavern. It has stout stone tables with cracked granite benches. The smell of aromatic herbs mixes with the smell of damp and strong ales. Grand army soldiers mingle with the Green Knights as well as other mercenary members. A large, ruddy Goliath up here can be seen drinking alone. He is well armoured and his face seems lined with concern. Pierre would recognise him as the leader of the avant-garde.
Okay.
So that's sort of what you've got to go on. There's probably other areas that your characters have seen, but, well, yeah, it's up to them what they want to do. I think they've come here seeking some sort of help for Fort Champion. I think that was the general reason that he came here. Or explaining what happened with the dragon and the Fitzer Basquiat lady.
Yeah, Pierre will approach the avant-garde guy.
So, is he just leaving Bobby and Diligence alone?
Yeah, he'd just be like, "For a moment, Bobby and Nana, I've got business to attend to." And he'll stride on up, and he'll just sit down opposite, and kind of cross his hands and just cross his arms and just look the guy in the face.
Yeah, so he'd raise his glass to you, and he's like, "Ah, Pierre, it's good to see you. How's your contract going? Where's Toby? Is he with you?"
You have not heard. Unfortunately,
No.
Toby died in the line of duty. He kind of gulps slightly and
See the
shakes
guy,
his
and
head.
he's like, down on the thing. He's like, "Another one dead in these lands." And he sort of snarls, and you can see that his glass is shaking.
Yeah. He says, "Yes, it's really making me into quite the nationalist, I have to say. Well, good you know now. News gets around quick.
He isn't the only one who's died out there, Pierre. There's at least 5 or 6 of us who've died this time. It's far more than the whole war together, and this one hasn't even started.
Just seems like we're all up shit creek without a paddle, doesn't it?"
How did he die? Was it at least honourable?
It was Toby, what do you think? Of course it was honourable.
Sort of nods.
He kind of, is there any drinks at the table?
Just his one that he's got in his hand. When you walked in, it's clear that you can see that these 2 tables, they don't have anyone at them. He's like radiating an aura from him almost.
Pierre will reach out and go, "May I?" Gesturing towards the drink.
Yeah, you see his cup's slightly larger than usual. This guy's quite large. He's a Goliath. He's wearing his armor at the table, and he seems to have retracted more into himself as he told him the news.
Yeah, Pierre, if you'll let him, Pierre will take the mug of whatever alcoholic beverage he's consuming, and he'll finish it off.
Yeah, if he was to, he would push it over to you. You'd be able to tell it's a beer de garde. It's just a ordinary pale ale.
Yeah, he just necks it and he says, "The mission, apart from that, goes quite well, as far as things can go."
Is Mr. Fast safe?
Yes, although I doubt she needs my protection, to be honest with you. She's more than capable.
Well, it's what company's paid for, so...
She wouldn't have to pay for my company. And he kind of looks up and then shakes his head and he's like, "Excuse me."
It's fine. Pierre, since I've been in these lands these last few months, I have seen things that I never saw before when we were here. The goblinoids seem to have become more organised. Huge savage orcs wander in the south, and it seems as though the fauna and maybe even the flora has become more vicious. And evil hangs in the air, as I've never recognized in this land before. Do you have anything?
We saw a bloody black dragon.
Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks, his eyes like go wide, and he's like,
fucking evil bitch riding it as well. Claiming to be some kind of, I don't know, servant of Bane or something.
And Bane, he's like, it's just all a bit too much for me. I just thought, and he sort of like wipes his brow.
Yeah, smiles and says, I know, it's like a fucking fairy story, isn't it? We got any more alcohol?
He like snaps his fingers, and this girl over here, he's like 2 more, and she like quickly goes to get the drinks. He leans over. It's like, I assume Toby told you about the Stone Giant Enclave before.
Well, he told me bits and pieces. You know what Toby was like. A man who kept his cards close to his chest.
Well, as our order has such close ties with them, I have sent a few of the avant-garde over to make sure that they're safe, that our members can be trained there. But I have not heard from them in weeks. I fear something terrible has happened to them as this land stretches out its tendrils.
Do you not have anyone else you can send to check up on them?
Most of my people are stationed at different forts. The ones I've sent out personally back from here, I haven't heard of. I would go alone, but I fear something may have happened to them. It's unlike them not to be communicative.
Look, I would love to go check on them. I do not wish to see brothers in arms, especially those outside the army. Actual, men and women of good spirit, not of just blind loyalty. I would love to go check up on them, but I have an oath, Mr. Fass. Safety means far too much to me. It's become more than just a simple mission.
Of course. It's what you're being paid for anyway. I thought I'd just mention it in case you're in the area. It is out of the way, though.
If she finds herself on that way, then I'll mention it to her, and perhaps fate will guide me there. But I cannot promise you to make it a priority.
Kind of leans over the table. He's like, I assume Toby died while you were there.
Kind of looks him in the eye a little bit and kind of like gives him a bit of a death stare for a second. But he does like Cadwin, but he's still a bit like, stop asking so many questions kind of attitude. But yeah, he kind of softens a little bit as it goes on, and he says, yes, I was.
What did you do with his remains?
He kind of reaches into his knapsack and places the urn directly on the table in front of him.
He gets his large form, leans over the table at you. The stone giants have curious magics, Pierre. If you ever wanted to commune with him, and he pats the thing, I'm sure they'd find a way of their runecraft.
See, Pierre goes a little bit kind of like a cold sweat from that, and Pierre just says, good to see you, Cadwin. All the best, yes?
Yes. And, if you ever need any help, he nods.
I know where you are. Good day. And he kind of heads back off to join with Diligence and Bobby.
Okay. What's Ember doing at this point, and Joan? What are Ember and Joan doing?
Oh, well, would this have been during the time she was talking to Otakte, or she would have moved off by now if he just doing his own thing?
Okay. Would you have joined with the rest of the group?
Come join what's Dewey doing?
Dewey's kind of looking around the room. I don't think he's ever seen anywhere like this before, really. And you can see Clodo would be at his side, just kind of like prattling on about the jelly cave.
Sorry, but on my screen, like, the dew on the grass bit is above a farce, so I just see grass a farce, and I can't stop it.
Oh,
Me, grass a farce.
No.
maybe in the future.
Yeah, maybe she would have gone into the want to see Dewey probably.
Yeah, Dewey would be like, catching up with Atakte and Kateri.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're here.
Well, roads lead to strange places, and this is kind of a junction.
Yeah, I guess so. Just wasn't expecting it, you know. Kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Well, I hope they're doing well and she's recovered from her wounds.
She seems to have, but can't remember what they said last time. But
I can't either.
yeah,
Can you remember, Tom?
What we said,
What Atakte and Ember and Kateri all talking
Yeah.
about?
it was quite cagey. There wasn't much said. It was just kind of like, "Have you been? That's nice." There was, just like a brief catching up. I think there were some comments about Kateri says something about spirits. Unsurprisingly,
No.
Otakte said something similar.
did they say
I-
what they were doing, or where they're going?
I think she was mainly recovering here,
Yeah, she was here
Okay.
to recover, and Otakte's here to guard her, and
and I think he was scouting a little bit as well. I think you said.
Okay. Yeah, so I should just say that.
Well, it's nice to see that. Well, they're here.
Yeah, at least they didn't go too far. Maybe we'll see them even in the next town, wherever we go.
Well, he kind of looks down at Clodo and he's like, wherever we go next. And he like looks between Clodo and Ember and he's like,
Maybe Dewey.
well, shall we join the rest? They seem to have made their way into that tavern over there.
Yeah, true. Let's go.
I think Pierre
Yeah.
would have like maybe gestured for them to
Oops.
sit at a table at this point, maybe like during that conversation.
Yeah, who do you be telling, asking to sit at a table?
He would have just said to Diligence and Bobby, like, let's have a drink, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Bobby would do. As you can see, Bobby waves to this woman over here. And she kind of like half-heartedly waves back at him.
He did mention her last time, but I cannot remember for the life of me who she was to him.
She's called Coralie Blondin. He was basically trying to organise a wrestling competition so that she could win it and they'd make a load of money.
I remember.
Ember's gonna go sit on this table.
Guy kind of looks at you as you sit down, but I assume you're which way are you sitting, Ember?
Yeah, she's sitting facing him. She's just casually there. Yeah, Blaze drops on the
I
table.
think he'd look at you and he's like, it's weird to see a tabaxi around these parts.
Suppose so. I haven't seen any other ones either, apart from Dewey down there.
Oh, there's two of you. And then he like leans over. It's like, well, I hope you're and kind of looks you up and down. Serving CORMYR well.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Feels like we're doing something.
Well, something's better than nothing.
Setting a lot of stuff on fire.
I mean, as long as it's the right stuff. And he kind of like
Well, I think so.
half-heartedly smiles at you, points at the walls, and he's like, "You're having trouble setting this place on fire. Maybe not
know.
those boxes."
Well, I know the floor's really cold. It's kind of horrible, but it's also
Kind of-
pretty, but also very cold.
He kind of looks at Blaze. He's like, "I've never seen whatever that is before."
Yeah, he's a red panda, and like, well, watch, and you see Blaze. He sort of leans up, does a little flick of the tail, and little embers come off of his flaming tail briefly. She's like, he's a bit of a fiery boy.
Well, it's always good to have fire in your heart, even if you are looks at him, red panda.
No, we're alike. We are. Do you want to see what I can do? I mean, it's not like it's gonna set fire in here.
He kind of looks around. He's kind of surprised that you sat down at this table, and he's like, "What's he?"
Here, just watch. And she like lights up her hands briefly and just chucks a couple of fireballs at this bolts at this guy, this armory thing.
Do a performance check. See how much he's getting out of it. He kind of like tilts his head back, and he's like, "I can assume you've roasted a few men alive before."
Oh yeah, not just men though. You know, have you ever had burnt pig?
Pork. Yes.
Well, pig. That's why I called it pig.
Yes, I have.
Have you had it so like? You have to try mine though, because mine's really good. You have to burn it like just right.
He sort of like puts his hand out, and it's like a very big Goliath hand to you, Ember. He's like, "The name's Scalehand Kedwin, and you are, so I can remember this pork for the future."
Just trying to think whether she knows what handshake it is. I can't remember if I've done it before.
I do an intelligence check, because she has been around humans for like, for weeks now, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Over a month.
it's been a while. Oh,
I think maybe they touch hands, but you don't know that they shake hands.
yeah. So she kind of like does a paw to his hand, like, and then takes it away.
High fives.
So, yeah, basically high fives him. She's like, Ember wins, and this is Blaze. And she points to him. But anyway, I sat down here because you're just so really big, and it's awesome.
You know, some of us are just born into being big. It is good for my job, though, I suppose. I have a lot of authority being large, leading a mercenary company.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone as big as you. Even my brother would, like, dwarf in comparison.
Well,
it's cool. I mean, hot. It's cool and hot.
He sort of like smiles at you, and he's like, "Do you want a drink, or do Tabaxi drink?" I'm not even sure.
Yeah. I've only tried a few though, so I don't know what they have here. Maybe it's the same.
Well, for anything like a cat, and he sort of like gestures over, and they bring this like fermented milk to you. It's like,
It's kind of milky. Don't really like milk.
Oh yes, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, it just kind of gives me an icky belly, you know. And then you definitely don't want to give Dewey an icky belly. Definitely not.
You can see Dewey looking over at you, and Kedwin looks at you. He's like, "Takes a brave person to sit down next to a Goliath who has clearly scared everyone else away in the room. I admire your spirit, Ember."
Oh, thank you. I mean, why would they be scared of you? You're all on the same team, right?
True. I think it's just anger and loss. People don't like to get involved in that.
Guess so. But one way to sort of, repair those feelings is to hang out,
True. I did see one of my old mercenary mates in here before, but he was very quick in and out, all business. Didn't even ask how I was, really.
Well, that's pretty rude. How are you?
No, not great, to be honest. Things in this land are just falling apart, and some people see it and some people don't. It's frustrating.
Well, maybe we can stop it falling apart. As allies.
He looks at the statue and he's like, if they've got any power like yours, Ember, I don't doubt it.
Well, how about I go and try and see what drinks they have, and then I'll bring you one maybe as well.
That sounds good. Thank you.
She goes up to the bar. Blaze sits on the table and stares at this guy.
Yeah, he stares back at Blaze. Hang on. Let me just see what they've got. No, not that. So they'd have a lot of wines.
Ooh.
I'm not sure which ones of those that she might recognise that Arabelle and Dry because she's been in the kitchen a lot and they have it at the fort.
Okay. Let me just read it. Purple dragon ale, though. Purple dragon? It's got dragon in it. We'll go with the dragon one, lady.
A good choice. And she goes over to the barrel, pours it out for you, hands it back.
She pulls out 1 gold piece. Is that enough for 2?
I didn't look at the price. Purple dragon ale. Where is it? That's more than enough. And she would she'd give you the change for it as well. Did she get in a bottle?
Yeah, a bottle. Yeah, a bottle.
Yeah. So you get 8 silver pieces back.
Can I have a little tiny glass as well? Like a little one?
Well, of course. And she brings you a little sherry glass over.
Thanks. And she carries it. She's kind of warming it up as she's walks down.
You can see that both of these women are sort of eyeing you strangely, Ember, what the haven't seen a tabaxi before kind of stare.
Yeah. She looks over, but just kind of does a little wave and carries on. Sits back down. She puts the glass on the table. So she gave us 3 glasses, right?
She gave you 2 normal-sized ones and a little sherry glass.
Yeah. He puts the little sherry one down first. So I got you one, Blaze. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you. And she pours him one. He picks it up with both paws, sits on his bum, drinks it. Probably looks drunk already. 5 seconds in.
I can imagine it just going whoosh in fire as he does it.
Yeah.
Everyone's you got a remarkable little creature there.
Well, I know. I only just got him back yesterday. Oh wait, was that earlier?
Got him back? Did he run away?
No, he kind of appeared from the fire. Well, Diligence helped me. Do you know who Diligence is?
No, I'm sorry. And he kind of points over. Are you with that table over there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, except that guy. I don't know who that is.
Well, that's Pierre. He's the one who's in my mercenary company. I assume you know him.
Oh yeah, no, the guy next to Pierre.
Oh, I don't know who that is either. He's got a weird hat.
He does have a weird hat. Hey, you have a weird hat.
You can. What are they doing at this table after everyone's sat down? What are they discussing?
I think as they would have sit down, Pierre would have called over to Joan, Dewey, and Clodo, and sort of waved at them over, sort of thing, and just been Joan, Dewey, and that guy. I'd like to introduce you to my my good friend, Bobby the Orc. the quickest hands in all of CORMYR?
You're not as quick these days, Pierre, but I appreciate the compliment. And he like
Well,
tips his hat.
arthritis gets the best of all of us, Bobby.
I quite like Diligence's new hat on her head. It's quite nice.
Well, nothing quite compares to your hat, Bobby. Bobby, shake the woman's hand. We taught you
He's like,
manners.
oh yeah, and shakes Jane's hand. It's nice to meet
Jones
you.
just like- Jones like, oh, what is happening? She's like, oh, yes, it is lovely to meet you too, yes?
Yeah, and this guy, and Claire's like, my name's Clodo Spittlesblock. I can't fucking play those voice after. Jelly Cane. Clodo Spittlesblock.
No, please stop.
And Dewey just kind of nods his head.
Yes, well, we've finally made it to Fortress Guark. I say before we get to business, we enjoy ourselves a little. What say all of you?
Depends on what enjoying ourselves, what that involves.
Well, we could have a drink, we could have a dance, we could have a little bit of music, and he pulls out the lute and kind of strums it once.
Bobby would be like, there's actually something going on in the theatre room at the moment, boss.
Well, of course, Bobby. You always have the finest entertainment on tap for us. What show are they playing tonight?
Well, it seems to be some wedding party that's come up from Suzale, and they're all a bit foreign-like. I stayed out of their air. But...
You got me at wedding, Bobby. I haven't been to a wedding since that time back in Arabelle, Liana.
Well, they said one of the guys said they came up here to see the sights before everything went to shit.
Yeah, well, yeah. I suppose it's a better time than any. No time like the present.
I was thinking maybe there's some sort of bard in there, and that maybe you could challenge him. We could make some Skrilla out of it.
Well, I'm always down for a challenge, a bard off, as they say.
Yeah, well,
you go prime the prices as you do, Bobby. You go talk the talk and warm the crowd up for me, and you tell me when I'm ready, and I'll be there.
Well, it's the thing, boss. It's kind of like a private party, and I didn't know how to get in.
Bobby, the orc of Arabelle, fast hands Bobby, cool hat Bobby, doesn't know how to get in.
Well, I just didn't see much reason before you came.
Well, now you have a reason. I expect a scheme. You've been made soft, my boy.
Yeah, it's because you haven't been around.
Well, I'm back now, am I not? He kind of slaps him on the belly and he's like, and look at you. You've let yourself go.
That's what being in the army does. It's just eating and walking all day.
Well, what happens to those glorious abs?
They're still there, just under all the fat.
Well, you've got to reveal them again. You can't have a beautiful woman like Mrs. Jonah Foss here not appreciating Bobby the Orc's famous abs.
Joan just like into her drink. She like splutters. That was a really terrible imitation of what I was trying to do then.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, smart.
I guess I'll go prime the room, and then you can make your way down.
Go on, Bobby, and he slaps him on the ass as he gets up.
He's like,
Oh, if only one man could turn me gay, it would be him.
Joan's just looking around like the monkey puppet meme, like.
Pierre is like grinning at Joan like so much. Liana, you're awfully quiet.
Because my player has a cold, Pierre, and isn't particularly looking to do extended RP sessions right now. Call me when I can wall of sand.
Wall of sand.
And that's when we all leveled up so that Diligence can wall of sand.
I can already wall of sand. I need an opportunity.
Well, you're not loving that for a while. So, what are you all doing?
Well, I think Pierre wants to wait on Bobby for a little while, maybe have a few drinks, and see if they can talk about getting in this, whatever this bard off might be.
Well, it's not barred off at the moment.
Yeah, I know, but if Bobby can set it up maybe, then he'd be down for waiting. I think, what sort of time of day is it?
It's about midday.
It's still pretty early then, but maybe we don't.
Yeah.
Maybe we want to just take the rest of the day off.
I think Diligent, apart from Tom having a cold, would be against taking the day off. She'd be keen to, one, sort out where the people we're meant to be talking to are, and two, sort out if we're going to be staying here for the night, which she kind of assumes we are, and what lodgings we'll be having.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
the
Aren't we on a
responsible thing.
time limit as well?
I
Yeah.
think with when you entered, you would know that you were staying here for the night, and they would have assigned you quarters,
Okay.
which they probably would have shown you. But as for the other question, well, you've got to find out yourselves.
Okay. Diligence would smile at people and say, I won't interrupt your fun, everybody, but I'm going to do some investigating.
Always the bookworm.
She'll head off. And she will talk to maybe these guys at the top. Are they standing in front of an exit, or does it go on somewhere?
Yeah. So it seems like at this point, these two guys seem to be guarding the way up.
Aha. She would sensibly stop at a sensible distance in front of them.
Yeah.
And she would say, I have traveled, myself and my companions have traveled from Fort Champion. We need to speak to the authorities here at Fortress Guac.
They're like, no,
Liana Toussaint.
Fort Champion, you say?
Yes.
Kind of look at each other like.
She keeps a straight face.
Who do you wish to see up there?
Well, my player is desperately looking through the notes right now. He's in charge at Guac.
Oh, there's a few people.
All I can find is Fortress Guac Tavern menu.
One person you definitely know who is in charge is the Crown Prince Ivral.
Wow. Does
Yeah.
Liana have the balls to be like, we need to talk to him?
Run a history check for diligence to see who else she might know who's in charge.
Thank you. History. Ugh.
Okay.
Hey.
So, for Fortress Guac, obviously at the very top of the pyramid is the Crown Prince Ivral.
Yeah.
There are three under him. One of them is, let me just find it, is Chainmaster Rigel Corbett, who is head of the Oath. And he has a lot of sway because he's a paladin of Lathander. And you know, on the top level of the castle, there is a large cathedral to Lathander.
Mm-hmm.
So he has quite a lot of sway. You would have noticed when you came in that there was the statues of the horses, and they had colours attached to them.
Yep.
They referred to the different orders who are all staying here.
Mm-hmm.
And the head of those ones who you'd assume would be within the court of Crown Prince Ivral would be there's a guy called Darmbek Arzan, who is head of the order of the Companion who is head of the Order of the Companion,
Yeah.
which is like from Eltergard, who are like on a crusade here. There's another Order of the Green Knight, who the Green represents, and she's called Adrienne Rowan Mantle.
Yeah.
Adrienne Rowan Mantle, and she is head of the Green Knights here. They're like the 4 big shots who would probably could get stuff moving if you wanted to.
Did did Ruvrit task us with a specific person to speak to first?
No.
Okay. She would doesn't particularly want to go the way of religion-y side. Stop molesting your microphone.
Only DJ, we're here.
Oh,
Alright,
God.
Toph.
It sounds like you got what I got, Tom.
Yeah, bastard. I shouldn't have been smooching you while you were asleep.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch, though.
I can't enjoy it when I'm asleep.
Fuck! She would.
Oh, and there'd be the Grandmaster of the Purple Dragon Knights, Oberon Treesilver.
So who would logically be like the army, the next step up that isn't the Crown Prince?
So he's the Marshal.
Yeah.
And it would probably be the head of the Green Knights.
Okay. So she would say, if possible, I would like to speak with Adrienne Rowan Mantle, the head of the Green Knights.
What is your business seeing her?
It is military business, the army. We, there is urgent, dire business in relation to Fort Champion.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I bet I'm great at that. Persuasion. Street roll. That's an actual one.
Kind of look at you. Ugh. We are unsure of who you are. Of course, you understand. But
Of course.
maybe if you can get some of the other people down here to vouch for you, maybe we can set something up with her.
I understand. Perhaps I could speak to the. That's not Tom forgetting. It's just I'm trying to choose. Chain Master's got the religious side, and that's
Talk to
not
the
hugely.
Chains Master.
Yeah, but like it doesn't make much. Why? Because. And isn't the Iron Oath a fucking rival company to the Avant-Garde?
Yeah, but they're all working for the same thing. But yeah, they are.
Yeah. Who was the Companions one?
Dambeck Arzan.
Pretty great name.
Yeah, but
It...
Chain Master Roger Corbett, though.
You know what? She's gonna go sit back down. She'd say, thank you, I will discuss with my companions.
One of them sort of like, hold up. If you're wishing to speak to the higher ups, there are people on this level who could get you up there. Just for your consideration.
I would appreciate that, thank you.
Kind of nods.
Are you going to point them out to me, or is this a Wes Clodo exercise?
Kind of sighs, and he's like, there's a group of Oath members in the tavern. There's also part of the Crown Prince's personal guard are somewhere on this level. If you get good with them, I'm sure they could get you up there.
Okay. Much obliged, thank you, gentlemen.
They like cross their halberds together.
Yeah, had enough of the silly little tiefling.
What's their names, Kieran? Just out of curiosity. These two guards, I want to know what their names are.
You didn't ask their names.
Oh,
Wedge and Biggs.
I really want to know. They just seem.
Fuck and you.
They just seem like the two like biggest like. I love my job. It's the best fucking thing. I'm gonna do my job real good.
Diligence would sit back down next to Joan and relay what happened to everyone.
Dewey's like, it's harder getting in than I thought it would be.
Perhaps Ember's new friend could be of help. Someone that large surely has authority of some kind.
I could have a word with the Scalehead.
Or I think perhaps, and she gestures with her thumb over her shoulder, I think perhaps these guys might be the Oath members that the guards referred to.
Can Pierre do a history check to see what he knows about, like, Rigel CORMYR and the Oath?
Yeah, sure.
20?
Yeah, probably quite a lot.
Okay, in that case then, I think he'd look to Joan and say, well, Joan, the word is that the Chainmaster of the Oath is a devout Lathander worshipper. Perhaps there's supposedly a temple to his radiance here at the fortress. Perhaps you should consecrate it with a little bit of a Monitor sunlight. Stop that populist Lathander taking all the glory.
Perhaps it sounds like a decent idea. Thank you. It certainly would do a monitor some good.
I think so, and that would. I think that might be a way of getting us up there, perhaps.
Yes, that is a good point. Perhaps I will go and have a word with them.
I'll back you up. He'll follow her over.
And Joan's like, oh God, what is going to happen? Pierre is following me. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I think this is probably the most telling about the way that I am, like, with the opposite sex more than anything else. I'm just like, oh my God, a boy spoke to me. Spring wedding.
That's what I imagine you watching June like when you were saying about Timothy Chalamet. Oh my God, it's Timothy.
There was one point where I was like, why am I watching this? Then I was like, oh my God, yes, that's when I'm watching this.
Yeah, when they talked about the Quizzix cataract. Yeah.
Kieran really knows how to get a girl going with his
like
Dune
that
knowledge.
film.
It's a great film. I loved it.
It was pretty good. Sorry, Tom.
To ill to care.
To know.
Tom's like, we gotta put Tom in the goo. Like the Baron.
God.
Yeah. Put me in there. It's where I belong.
When you say the Baron, who do you mean?
You know that big fat bald guy?
God, no.
Thank you, because Tom told me that it made him sad that I laughed at him, but I just thought he looked like the Glob Golab Golab.
Well, it's not as bad as the original Dune film.
I kind of want to see that now because I'm heckin' intrigued.
I weirdly think you might prefer it.
That's the kind of stupid shit that
Yeah.
I would prefer, to be fair.
I think it's so stupid that you'd be like, yes.
But is it so stupid that after a while I'd be like, I can't bear this?
Yes.
I haven't seen it, but probably.
Anyway,
I
I've gone
watched
off on a
one.
massive
I watched
tangent.
one clip and I was like, "That's enough. Please turn it off." Sorry,
Well, now-
I keep rambling.
Right.
I am the Baron Harkonnen.
What's going on then?
Yeah, Pierre's following Joan over to try and convince these Iron Oath members if they can go up to the Temple of Lathander to consecrate it in the name of the Monitor.
Is it these guys at this table?
Well, with
Twice.
Pierre's with Pierre's check, you'd recognise these guys are wearing chains around them in whatever way you can imagine, because I know Farah's picture is very nice and I never imagined it like that, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, so you'd be able to very easily recognise this group of people are Iron Oath members.
I never imagined the chains like that either, but ever since that I can't not imagine them like that.
Now they're all like that.
Yeah.
Probably live ones.
Good old Erin.
Bonjour. May I venture up, please?
Of course, sit down. What brings you to this jolly old table? I am Perrin Laurent, and this here is my esteemed companion, Hara Softbranch, and of course, Meredith Moulin. Say hello, ladies, and they're like, hello. And who may you be, my fine lady?
I gotta love this guy.
My name is Mademoiselle Jonah Fars.
A beautiful name.
Thank you very much. I am looking to venture upstairs into the Temple of Lathander.
Oh, the Temple of Lathander, where our esteemed Rigel Corbett makes his cloister at the moment. Yes. Well, I won't say it will be easy. And he's kind of like, he looks a bit like uneasy about it.
Well, the thing is that I am a devotee of Ammonator, and I wanted to bring Ammonator's blessing onto Lathander's temple.
Do persuasion check.
Pierre's
See how he reacts.
Pierre's gonna lean in and just say, she is quite the devotee. You should really consider listening to her. And he's gonna use.
I'm genuinely tempted to turn into the Sun Falcon if this doesn't work.
He's trying to help her, so.
Yeah, do a persuasion check with advantage, then, Jane.
Okay. I did roll it a second time. I don't know why it's not.
Oh,
going.
okay.
Stupid.
Yes, Joan.
Woo!
It's like, Monitor. One of an aspect of Lathander. I guess it's always.
I would not say that Lathander was an aspect of Ammonator, but yes.
Well, we won't dilly over little niggles. As much as I love the Lord Lathander and his beaming light, and as much as I want to welcome your embrace into the Temple of Lathander, I'm afraid it is quite impossible at the moment with the state of our esteemed Lord Corbett. He is in communion with Lathander himself at the moment.
And what state is this exactly?
The Chainmaster Corbett is He kind of holds up his hands, and you see Hara and Meredith look at him like uneasy. He has become quite obsessed with an artifact which he believes is out in the Stonelands. And he won't let anyone into the temple. And he has sent all the Iron Oath members off on a quest to retrieve this item, leaving the supply lines quite vulnerable. Yes.
Well, I have much healing that I can offer to see if that might help.
Healing his mind.
Lewis, you got gang warfare in the background.
Sorry.
We can potentially help him to find the artifact that he is looking for.
Oh, really?
Well, we are part of the CORMYR army, and we undertake missions, I guess.
Well, if you manage to find this artifact, I think Chainmaster Corbett would be most indebted to you, and, well, he'd probably revere you for finding the blood of Lathander itself.
Is this a fucking bad idea, guys?
We've got to get attention from the high up, so
Yeah.
anything we can do to
Okay.
get there is a good idea.
Well, yes, we will do our best to find this, and then we can go and visit Monsieur Corbett.
If you manage to retrieve the blood of Lathander, then anything you wish would be the Chainmaster's command. He is most obsessed with it. And
Then what exactly is it that we are looking for? Is it in a glass vial? Is it inside some person? Is it what exactly are we looking for?
okay, just this. The blood of Lathander is small and unremarkable, other than, well, the properties it has. Apparently, well, from what the Chainmaster says, and he looks around the table, like bringing everyone in, it is formed of 4 drops of Lathander's blood, which have hardened into an amber the size of a clenched fist. And it has.
Spit out 4 drops of blood.
It's a god's blood.
Okay, fair enough.
It's apparently soft and it blazes brightly and has miraculous powers of healing, such as curing the sick, raising the dead, or even regenerating parts of a body. At least this is what the Chainmaster says.
May I interject?
Of course.
Pierre Rallyhorn, a pleasure to meet such wonderful Iron Oath members as yourself. We are on a bit of a tight schedule. The enemies of a Monitor are always plotting against our dear devotee here, Joan of Arc, to undo her religious devotion. Perhaps could we come to some sort of arrangement if we took on the responsibility of acquiring this for you? Would it be possible to have your blessing to speak with some of the higher ups?
Well, if you obtain the blood of Lathander, Rigel Corbett will be more than pleased to speak with you, I imagine.
Well, like I said, we are on a bit of a tight schedule. We would more than happily love to do this, but I think speaking to some of the higher-ups of Fortress Guark is of the utmost urgency. If we could speak to them before we leave to fetch this blood of Lathander, as you say, then I think the Monitor and Lathander themselves would be most grateful.
This woman here. We are only lowly members of Oath, Monsieur Rallyhorn. Rigel's mind is addled. He does not leave the temple. We only think that this artifact could bring back some semblance of rationality to him, and based on his want of this item, he'd be greatly indebted to you. Speaking to him at the moment would probably be most fruitless.
Yeah, kind of sighs, and it's like, well, perhaps we might have to see if we can bargain with one of the other many factions within here. He says to Joan, and he says, I think, unfortunately, we may not have time to help search for such an important artifact if we're in such a desperate rush to speak with some of the higher-ups.
Yeah, Perrin's like, well, Watto, we set off on the morn. We're leaving for the monastery tomorrow. If you're not willing to help, then Lathander be with you.
Yes, Lathander and all that jazz be with you. Let's get the fuck out of here, Joan.
Yes, very well.
It is a pleasure, Miss Afas.
Yes, it's very nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, he's going to dump his butt over here, across from Liana, and just lean in and just goes, those oaths, they give me a wrong feeling in my stomach. Make you want to be sick.
Well, as long as you're not basing important matters on something as tawdry as your physical reactions, Pierre.
I try, Leona, I try. However, we have some kind of lead to perhaps speak with one of the higher-ups of the Chainmaster. If we find Lathander's blood. It seems that our missions get ever more holy as we speak.
I would have thought... Oops, sorry.
Okay. Let's change the subject.
I would have thought that would be of interest to you, Joan. Who has disappeared.
What?
I would have thought that would be of interest to you, Joan.
What would be of interest to me? Sorry.
Finding blood of arguably your god.
Well, Lathander is not my god, but yes, I see what you mean. But
Is Lathander not... I can't remember which way around it is.
Lathander is a aspect of a Monitor.
So then it is your god, surely.
Yes, diligence, you can't beat me with words. Yes, semantics. Okay, yes.
Be an incredible... If someone told me that the blood of Mistra was somewhere, I would feel compelled to chase it down. What with this thing now?
Well, yes. But if it puts us into unnecessary danger, then I cannot necessarily conscience doing so.
I will follow you to the end of the earth, Joan. I'm willing to go search out the blood of any god.
Maybe we should go to a jelly cave. That might help.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I forgot you were here. Jellies, maybe you should draw up a plan for us, Jellyman.
I already have. And he brings out this 5-page of his manuscript and dumps it on the table.
Oh, well, perhaps you should make copies for each of us before you go into much detail.
Maybe we could acquire Gohondo's blessing if we went to the jelly cave.
Yes, I'm sure we could.
I've planned for every jelly eventuality.
I say, yes, love jellies. And, anyway, Liana, I think this is a potential way, but we need to speak to the higher-ups more urgently, don't you think?
I'm open to ideas, Pierre.
Well, I can go smooth talk some of the guard,
Hey, everyone! Meet my new friend, Scalehand.
perhaps? You've made friends with
come over.
you've made friends with Cadwin, have you, Miss Wins?
Yeah, he says he knows you as well.
Yes, we he kind of raises a hand and says, we go way back.
Yes, we do. I am his boss, technically, Amber.
Well, a boss is a half
Head of a mercenary company, that is.
Head of the, speaking of which, you don't suppose you could help us get into speaking with one of the big bosses in this place, do you?
Maybe not on my own, but I could certainly lend a voice to it. I do meet with the Crown Prince every once in a while to discuss our dealings, but he is a busy man.
If you could grant us an audience, that would be wonderful.
Yes. Of course, I have some power to do that. Might take a bit more than just old me. But,
I get the impression we're going to need the favour of a few in this lovely fortress.
And it would be good to know what happened to those people I said about Pierre, your brothers in arms, as it were.
Aye, and I said I would. If Miss Farce takes me there, then I will more than happily seek out what their fates are.
Can't tap this glass.
But She is my priority right now. Cadwin?
Of course.
Well, Cadwin, the politics of this place, I'm not privy. Are we going to need the favor of... And he kind of points to the lovely Lissament,
Well,
or those of them of those ilk.
if you want to meet Rigel CORMYR, there are, of course, and he gestures down the hall, all the way down the hall,
Yeah.
those who know the Crown Prince himself. That could be a fruitful conversation if you really wanted to get to the issues.
What I'm trying to say is, it seems that if one wants to speak with someone of import here, then they need to call in their favors, as it were. Am I right in my thinking?
Pierre, you and your friends are just corporals. You can't just wander in here and demand to see the leader of the fort. You have to do some dealings, as you said.
Yes, I thought as much. Well,
It's
the whole fucking world could be ending, as far as we know, but, gotta get those favors in first.
There's more going on here than you think, Pierre.
I know. I appreciate the help, Cadwin. You're a good man.
He kind of laughs and he's like, it doesn't help that you got assigned to one of the worst forts in the whole of the CORMYRian army. That definitely doesn't help.
Oh, I know, right? It could burn down in any second, a little spark.
He looks at the suit of armor and he's like, I don't doubt it, Ember.
Oh, I know. You should tell them they got to bring some of this stone over there.
Points down the hall. He's like, you lot should go check out what's happening in the theatre anyway. There's a lot of foreigners in there and they're interesting enough. And maybe you'll find the help that you need in there as well.
Pierre kind of looks to Diligence and just says, Liana, your thoughts? You're the brains here.
Makes sense that they don't want to just allow us to waltz through. I think we should keep an open mind to the different options available. We need to
Shall we
figure
take
them out and prioritize.
Very well. Perhaps we should split up a little bit. I can go assist Bobby, and perhaps Joan, you'd like to accompany me, and we can go to a lovely wedding do.
Yes, sure.
He kind of stands up and he kind of holds his arm out and he's like, My lady?
Milady. Tips fedora.
Yeah. Bernie had Bobby's sexy fedora. Yeah, he'd hold his hand out to Joan, and then sort of, if she'd take it, then he'd pull her up and kind of lead her off towards the wedding hall and say...
And then his sleeve slipped up and you could see his pony tattoo. Yes, she
Diligence, as Joan was going past, would be like, oh wait, you can't go to a wedding without a gift. And she'd use her minor conjuration to make a little wrapped box.
Very good points. Thank you very
Give it to
much.
Joan.
Liana, always the responsible one. Well,
Yeah.
Good luck speaking to whoever the fuck else is sitting in this bloody fort, twiddling their thumbs. And he kind of, leads Joan off in this direction to go to the wedding.
Wait, so what's everyone else doing?
Diligence is probably going to try and speak to... Well, she's in two minds. She wants to go and try and speak to these personal guards, whoever they might be. But she also wants to quiz Scalehand a bit with Ember as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I just need to go pee, so be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that we can finish up whatever's going on in this place and then finish up seeing as you're ill, Tom.
I'm okay. You just
You
don't,
don't sound
right.
okay.
It's fine. I'm in a chair. Dean.
And I. Oh, I've always thought this would be the hardest bit.
Inside that box, now that Lewis is away, is a note that says, "Don't trust the guy with the loot."
It's funny that I said wedding party, and everyone assumes it's a wedding party, not a party of people going to a wedding.
Yep. Well, either way, I want to see who Joan gives that box to.
And just for Diligence's interest, when he said the personal guard, he did point down into this room.
Into the party room.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm
Well,
just going to do that.
Then it would make sense that she would at first speak to Scalehand for a bit and then go and join Pierre and Joan in the other room.
Yeah. I'm just going to go to the toilet.
Cool.
I'm back.
Okay.
Nice.
Has Kieran gone to poo?
Yeah.
Poor Tom. I can hear you suffering.
Oh, it's a fun time.
Is
Just
it
gonna
quite...
get some more lem sips.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that might be... Go neck it. What
No,
flavour?
I've had my allowance for today.
Oh, really? Shit.
Got paracetamol.
What flavour lemon? Did you just have the lemon one?
Yeah.
God, I can't drink that. Like, it's the only, like one of the only things that properly makes me gag.
Right.
I
Is
have to-
everyone
I have-
back?
Yeah, I'm back. I have to get the black currant one.
I like the lemon one. I like lemon.
So do I usually. I don't know why. It's something about that flavour that's always that triggers my gag reflex. Which I know is something you definitely wanted to hear.
Who wants to go first? The north room or the south room?
Do the north room, I reckon.
Okay. So, I know Diligence was saying she wanted to.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
She just wants to ask, she says, Scalehand, if you'll forgive my prying, I just, we are new here. I don't suppose you have any, opinions or tips on how the different factions are interacting with each other right now?
He sort of stands up.
Whether they all play nice?
So, well, Diligence. The Purple Dragon Knights are as haughty as ever. They look down on all the other orders, the mercenary companies, including the Avant-Garde and the Cement, or as sometimes called the Oath. Well, my own mercenary company, Avant-Garde, is in a bit of a shit at the moment. A lot of our members have died while on duty. There aren't many of us left now, which is a bit different to the war that we fought in before. The Oath is led by a sort of leans across the table, a fanatic, Chainmaster Rigel CORMYR. He is said to commune with Lathander himself, and he's currently secluded himself within the temple. His second in command, a woman called... Let me just find her name. Bernadette Lafontaine practically runs it now. They're meant to be guarding the caravans in between the forts, but many of their members have been sent to ruins across the Stonelands to search for some sort of artifact.
See. So their power is perhaps not at its peak either. What of
No.
the Green Knights and the companions?
The companions are from Eltergard. They're holy warriors. They don't really get involved within the dirty work, as it were. They're more hunting and scouring across the Stonelands itself, putting down the evils in this land. They see themselves above other factions here, except the Crown Prince and his bodyguards himself, who incidentally, few of them have actually trained in Eltergard.
See?
Which is see how much our diligence knows about Eltergard.
Yo, wait. History.
Yeah, it's quite nearby. So she'd know it's a theocracy, where the sort of main deity they all worship is Torm, and it's quite a militant country. Obviously, if you've got a bunch of paladins leading the country, it's not going to be the most accepting of places.
Yeah.
So maybe as a tiefling, Diligence wouldn't have the best opinion of Eltergard.
Yeah. So she'd say there's a heavy influence of religion right now.
Definitely. Torm, Lathander, you see the giant statue of Helm protecting this place. I don't take much from the gods myself, other than the stone giants' gods. But it is what it is. And of course the Green Knights, they're as stalwart as ever. They're led by a fierce woman, Adrian Mantel, who was heir to Arabelle at one point, but she gave up the role to her little sister, one that was looked down upon by many, but she thought she could help militant matters far more than governance.
That's intriguing. Thank you, Scalehand.
And, well, Pierre ever told you much about Toby Diligence and, well, the rest of you? About his, well, relations with the stone giants?
That sounds so dodgy. His relations.
Not entirely. I remember catching hints in passing.
Well, in the avant-garde, the higher-ups among us commune with a tribe of stone giants. There is an enclave to the southwest where there are two elders, a husband and a wife, called Falk and Oskra of Clan Over Flat Gripper. They teach the elders of our mercenary company the ways of the runes. We are bestowed with powers which aren't often seen across CORMYR.
It is amazing. I was sorry to have missed Toby. I would have liked to have had gotten a chance to know him properly.
He was a good man, and he embraced what the stone giants taught him. His stalwartness and dour, well, kind of sure. Let's just say the stone giants might not get along with Pierre as much.
Yes, I can imagine him being a brief amusement and a lengthy annoyance for them.
They're masters at what they do, and their pride is built on their craft.
See. Well, I am sorry for your loss and for your other losses. It is a dark time for you.
It's a dark time for everyone here.
Alright, well, if it is any comfort, we minnows of Fort Champion are doing what we can to bring a little light around.
When you say light, he sort of slaps Ember on the back, and it's like, got enough light and fire in this one for the whole damn fortress Quark.
Oh yeah, do you want to see it? Probably not. My burn is down.
Well, it's nice to have met some friends today, rather than, well, kind of like.
It's nice to meet you, Scalehand. Maybe we'll see each other again.
Well, I'm always here.
Are you?
Well, no, but commanding a mercenary company from here is very difficult. Probably going to have to make my way out there sometime.
Sounds annoying.
It is.
Sure, you'll be able to spot Ember with these. Just follow the giant flashes of flaring fire.
Yeah,
When I
don't forget the burnt patches as well. Watch for the burnt patches on the ground.
Very
I
true.
see the signal fire of Fort Champion go up, Ember, I'll assume it was you.
Yeah, it might even go off a little bit early.
He kind of gives you a wicked smile, and he's like, as long as you harvest all the wood to make another one, I'm sure they won't mind.
Oh, but that's the boring bit.
Well,
No, it's okay. I'll get Dewey to do it. Dewey likes doing it, don't you, Dewey?
I do like collecting sticks, that's true. You get the big sticks and the little sticks, and you make a little house out of them. And...
You see, Ember just does a little fake boring. See, collecting sticks is very boring, Scalehand. You have to get your brothers to do it.
Clodo's like, I used to collect jellies, and Scalehand's like,
You're still here.
I felt that was you saying, Tom, not Diligence.
Come on, Ember. We've got to go see how the others are getting on.
Okay. Right, bye, Scalehand. See you next time. Don't forget my fire. And she makes all the candles purple.
He's like, how could I forget?
Oh my god, if they don't end up together, I'll be so sad.
So, Pierre and Joan, as you walk down, leading on from the tavern is a small, cozy theatre decorated in CORMYR heraldry and regalia. So, if you're moving down, I will change the music.
Ooh. Why is it called Swinglebert 1? Kieran. Kieran.
So,
Kieran! Kieran, no! This is forbidden.
Party.
This is forbidden territory. He's not allowed anywhere.
Well, he's here. So, there's a lavish decoration, but it all seems a facade meant to bring comfort to the soldiers. A small stage with a myriad of instruments is flanked by a battered piano, which in a moment you can see Bobby is supporting this guy on the stage. A slender tanned human can be seen pumping up the crowd.
Now this is my kind of party. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think you got a wrong idea when I said wedding party. It's not a wedding party. It's a party of people going to a wedding.
Yeah. Oh my god. This fucking song as well. Arnie, have you seen who's in here?
No.
Drag Joan down.
Move Joan through.
Oh, right, sorry. Wait a second. I reloaded it because I thought I was being a dim person and it wasn't. I can't take it seriously with that music in the background.
It's so
You
great.
baby it, don't you?
What on earth did I type on there?
Yeah, you can see this slender tanned human playing. Everyone in the crowd's getting pretty jiggy with it, except one person.
No! Swinglebert!
It's Volo. It's Severus.
Oh my boy.
Do you know what was really disappointing though? Walking into that room, no David Millstone.
Well,
Or
David.
Graham Jenkins.
Or
Davey
Tugly.
doesn't really know Raynar though, does he?
Doesn't mean anything.
I mean, it does. I mean, there's a reason they're all here.
If my eyes don't deceive me, that is Jeremy Swinglebert.
Yeah, you can see Jeremy up on the stage. He launches into another song as you go in.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a bastard.
Some say the
Wait.
finest bard across all the Silk Coast. They spared no
Wait.
expense.
Who's a swingler?
So you can definitely see that there's a few like Cormyrian infantry people at the back getting like quite groovy. They seem to be dotted around, but then you do recognise there are like two people in here. But the fashion they're wearing is very like different to the one that you've got on.
Can I? Do I
it-
recognise?
I think you'd have to have very high DC.
Yeah.
but
Can I?
go
Can I
ahead
roll?
and roll a history check. Yeah.
Come on, baby. It's Volo. Fuck. 13.
I think you'd recognise he's from the Sword Coast by
Yeah.
their fashion, but I don't think that you know who he is.
Would I
by
rec-
sight?
Yeah.
anyway.
Would I know his name though?
If he said it, yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know. Well, I suppose this is the place where we mingle and make friends, Joan. What do you say?
No, I don't really know how to make friends.
Well, you made friends with me.
And me.
Joan can't help herself. She does a little. She gives a very involuntary smile, like a thanks, guys.
Yeah, what can I say? Well, you're just the charmer.
And Blaze.
You swept us all off our feet.
Oh, and I just want to first Blaze so much.
Blaze comes and stands on your shoulder.
It's just like that you know that vet video, Hannah. He's like, squish that cat.
Oh yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, Pierre will walk up to this guy and just start mingling.
Okay. Oh god. Let me think. I have to do Severus's voice. Can't remember how you did it. What would he say?
Pierre
What?
would walk up and just go, "Good day, gent." Well, is this a female dragonborn or a male dragonborn?
Male.
He would go, "Good day, gentlemen. My Pierre Rallyhorn. I'm excited for the party. Who's getting married?"
Imrak would look around and he'd be like, "Married? This is a theatre."
Well, I'm confused. Is this actually a wedding party?
Part of it might be. Well, it's not a wedding party. It's people from a wedding party. See what I mean?
So they've come from a wedding.
Or
Some of
are
them
on
might
their
have.
way to.
On their
wedding.
way to a wedding. Okay, I get you more.
And not necessarily everyone. They're just people in
Yeah.
the theatre right now.
Okay, Pierre wouldn't say that then if he's smart enough to know that, Kieran.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they just heard wedding party, which can either
Okay.
mean it's a wedding party or it's a
Okay.
Bunch of people
In
from
that
wedding
case,
party.
then he'll just say, "I heard there was some sort of wedding party. Have I been confused?"
he points over there. They are from Cizale. They are part of the princesses and Raynar Neverember's wedding party. They came here to see the sights. Isn't that right, Severus?
Eagerly looks towards Tom.
Yes, I
You-
may
you do
recognize.
Severus, I don't want to.
Yeah, I may have seen Verlo get on Famp before, but I'm here for different reasons.
Oh, do go on. I'm curious.
No. I am Severus Arcona, leader of the Arcona Knights. And he looks around at Imrak and Jurgen, and you see Jurgen turn around. He's like, "Yes, the Arcona Knights."
The Arcona Knights?
Yeah. Yes, we are. We are personal guards to the Crown Prince. We are from
Amazing, holy fuck.
I met him a long while ago while travelling the Badlands of the Sword Coast itself. It was quite a chance encounter, really, and that's where I received my knighthood on the battleground itself. And I met my...
It is quite the story.
It is. Oh, many a day when my adventuring band, the Arconauts, and, well, I met my friend Imrak here, and when we formed the Arcona Knights. It was quite a chance encounter, really.
Well, we were, me and my friend here, he gestures back to Joan, and says, we were, in fact, hoping to meet with the Crown Prince himself, if you are able to offer a recommendation or an invitation of any sort.
Imrak's like, it is difficult to meet with the Crown Prince. Why do you want to see him?
Well, we are simple corporals from Fort Champion, but we have dire news of the war and new events that have unfolded. It is quite concerning. It could, I don't mean to, I am Pierre Allihorn. I am known for one to exaggerate, but here I do not. I speak for all the people of CORMYR and say that this threat is one that could bring an end to us all.
They look at you. And what is this news you bring?
Well, we've had well, I want to keep this quiet, of course. I don't want there to be a panic. So...
Yeah, with Severus Arcona, I will keep it quiet. I will only ever mention it to the Crown Prince himself.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah, of course.
19, baby. Come on, Pierre.
Oh fuck, where is he? So many people. Did I have an Arconauts one?
You did, yeah. You had the campaign.
Oh, there it is, yeah. What would his be? Just insight? No.
Deception.
Yeah, even he's not right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can tell he's telling the truth.
Okay. In that case, Pierre seems to trust him and just says, "We have." I'm not going to play it through, but he would explain just the situation with the Black Dragon. With he would explain the situation with what's her tits? I can't remember her fucking name. He would explain the general why they're here and whatnot to him.
What did you say about Raedra?
Raedra. Yeah, I think he would say about Raedra. I think
it's about Raedra. What does he say about Raedra?
I think he would say that. That's a good point. I think he'd say that he's gonna be a bit deceitful here. Well, it's not technically deceitful, but he's not revealing the whole truth. In that he's going to say that the woman on the Black Dragon has made a threat against the Crown Princess. So a threat against Raedra.
Okay.
Well, so it's the truth, but he's not revealing all the information. In fact, that
I'll do an insight for him, and you can do deception just to see if there's anything more going on.
I'll happily make a deception check. Oh fuck! Okay, he rolled a natural one. I thought that was my natural one.
Severus would be like, "Your tale is most concerning," and he looks at Imrak, and Imrak's like, "It seems very far-fetched that the princess is in Cizael. How do you propose that she's threatening her there?"
Well, this woman had a black dragon itself, and not a young one either. She claimed to have more at her disposal. I would not take the threat lightly, personally.
It is true, but I have... Suzail has had many dragon attacks. Hundreds of years ago. It is a city designed to handle them. It seems as if the princess is within Suzail, if it should be crushed. But he looks across to Severus, and it's like Severus is like, we should never take this. I'll tell you what, young...
Rallyhorn.
Your name.
Pierre, yeah. Please call me Pierre.
Yes, and you can call me Severus Arcona, or Sir Severus Arcona, that is.
Of course, Sir Arcona.
Brilliant in Eltergard. Anyway, we will talk to the prince about this matter, and summon you after we have his reaction, if that is agreeable.
Of course, I appreciate the, I appreciate the gesture. I hope you can make it, an utmost urgent matter.
I will, but there is something you must do for the Arconanites if we're doing something for you, you can do something for us. It is a small matter within Fortress Guark itself. It shouldn't take long.
Of course, this seems more than in my wheelhouse.
Okay, let me just find it. So, about maybe a 10-day ago, he looks around at Imrak, and Imrak's like, it might mean a 10-day in a few days, but... Yes, anyway. We saw a young noble descending into the catacombs of Guark. It was nothing really to think about at first, but Imrak said he spotted a fiendish presence on the lad, either stowed upon him or part of himself. We were most concerned about, well, a fiendish presence in this bastion of glory, as you may understand.
Of course, yes, it's very, very concerning.
So we pursued him into the intricate catacombs, but it seems like he apparated into nothingness. And if you know anything about the catacombs of Guark itself, they are labyrinthian. He could have gone anywhere. We lost him, not through lack of skill, but of old cunning, as it were. We searched for a few days to find this malevolent intruder, but with our obligation to the Crown Prince, we must return. We were discussing what to do about this. Probably not one.
Sorry. Didn't we already have a quest in the catacombs?
Yep, you got one in the catacombs.
What was it again? I honestly can't.
It was the one that Katia was telling you about, where she wanted to uncover the history behind this guy who disappeared in there.
Oh yeah. Well, chance happens by that we were considering venturing into the catacombs for other reasons ourselves, so I see no reason we could not search for this man.
There is a few more small details to the story that might be pertinent. I'm not sure if it really helped, but well, a few days after we returned from the surface, word arrived from Fortress Obligation that a young besmirched noble, Darian Huntcrown, had stolen a passport from the esteemed Lord Dondarin Alamba.
How scandalous!
And it is assumed that he travelled in this direction. We were considering this may be the same fellow we saw delve into the catacombs.
Well, I am willing to search for him. As long as you can speak to the Crown Prince, I think this is a fair favour in return.
If you agree to this quest, then of course we will. And he holds out his hand.
Yeah, Pierre shakes his hand. Pierre also wants to pull him in as he shakes his hand to Severus.
Severus would resist.
Okay. He's not like doing it aggressively.
No, but Severus is very honourable, and he would find it
Yes.
a bit too jovial for a first encounter.
My apologies, my lord. I simply, and can he just like lean in, and he just says, I just wanted to ask, not for personal reasons, but are you betrothed to anyone at the moment?
Huh. I'm betrothed to my god Torm. Isn't that right, Imrak? And Imrak's like, I am betrothed to my lord Bahamut and Jurgen
Well, do you have any?
to Ilmater. And he's like, Ilmater's glory will reign on this land.
Oh, I missed you, Jurgen.
They're the best.
Yeah, Pierre just leans and says, do you have any room in your heart for perhaps a lady friend in need?
I am sorry, but I am married to the country of CORMYR now, and the god to protect it.
Well, if you ever get the fancy, if you ever get the urge, and he kind of just gestures over to Liana, he says, Diligence Toussaint, she has expressed interest in you, I have to say, and she is quite the devout woman. Diligence, virtue name after all. I think you two would get on quite well.
Sort of peeks over, and he shouts to Diligence, Alas, fair flower, I am betrothed to my duty. And he's like, Come, Imrak, come, Jurgen. We shall go talk to the Crown Prince about this matter. And Jurgen's like, I will remain. He's like, Sure. And they sort of wander off.
I think
Give you a little
hearing that, Diligence would immediately cotton onto what Pierre's doing and just stare him down and run her finger across her neck like a "you're dead" motion.
Pierre's like leaning over, like doing an over-exaggerated like wink, like.
What have I missed here?
Ember's confused. She's looking at both of you.
Pierre was trying.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Tom.
No, you please.
Pierre was trying to set Diligence up with Severus.
Oh.
She's not pleased.
Oh, is that what the winking's for?
No!
Does Ember say that?
Yep.
Diligence would say, when Pierre's winking, it means he thinks he's very funny, Ember.
Oh man, that just makes it even more confusing.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of winking? Is it, setting people up? Is it funny? Is it,
Oh,
romantic? Or
it can
I'm
mean lots of things. Think of it as being part of a team. So the rest of the team with the wink is what the person was saying and what they were doing and who they were with. Different teams, all with winks in, can have different jobs to do.
Wait, hang on. So the winking has different jobs.
The wink is just one small part of a bigger team. So when you spot a wink, you should be thinking, what else can I spot that would go with this wink to let me know what the wink is about?
Oh no, that just makes it even more confusing.
Yes, language and communication has plenty of depth, I'm afraid, Ember. It's not a simple thing. It can be a good thing and a bad thing.
I just think I don't really understand you human and... Wait, hang on, what are you, Diligence?
I'm a tiefling, Ember. My bloodline is different. It has a fiendish influence from a devil.
Sounds cool. Does that give you the horns?
With Ember saying just innocently that sounds cool, I think Diligence would smile quite a lot of that. Yeah, it's where the horns come from and the colour of my skin.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for saying so, Ember. I think You're showing me that tabaxia. Very awesome too.
Oh, thank you. Although it's probably
And
being
Dewey,
let
of
down by
course.
Dewey, you know.
No. I think Dewey is sweet. I'm sure he annoys you as a sibling, but he seems to have a good heart.
Ugh. His heart is like made of water. It's all drippy.
Well, it might horrify you, Ember, but you're made of a lot of water as well.
No, mine's just fire.
At the risk of being rude, you don't pee fire, Ember.
True. That would be
So
kind of painful.
would if you could.
Sometimes it feels like it.
Oh yes, I would if I could. That would be cool.
Wait, you guys don't pee fire?
I'm sure Pierre pees fire. Or
No.
Davy. But yeah, Diligence would tease Ember a little bit about the water stuff.
She'd just be like, no, fire's better.
Nope, that's bullshit. What about blood? Nope, bullshit. What about tears? Nope, bullshit.
Blood is red like fire,
Yes, but it's also a
and it's
liquid.
warm.
It runs like water.
Oh
Water
yeah, but
can be warm.
that's because it's out. When it's outside the body, it's useless, you know. But when it's inside the body, as fire, it's better.
Oh, some of my master, my tutor, would not agree with you there. Blood is powerful, a powerful reagent when it's outside the body.
Meh. I don't know what reagent means, but I'm gonna say that it's super useless. Well, when blood's outside your body, you don't want. That's not where you want it to be, right?
I want my blood to stay in my body, sure, but if I were to conjure some darker magics, often they require blood to be realized.
Oh. Don't tell Dewey that. Maybe he'll want to do darker magic.
Does Dewey like working with blood?
Maybe.
Oh,
if he
God,
knew it was
he's a
made of
blood
water.
magic mage.
Well, I will have a serious conversation with him then. Make sure he's not going down a dark path.
Okay, you do that.
Right.
What
I'll
Liana
do
won't
that.
tell you is that once she had quite the eye for the old necromantic arts, didn't you?
It was a phase, Pierre.
Yeah, she even painted her eyes black, dyed her hair black. She wore fishnet stockings everywhere. She looked like quite the. She looked like a bit of a goth, as they say.
Fishnet stockings. Fishnets.
Like on
That
her,
sounds uncomfortable.
like on her arms more than her legs.
Aren't they just really heavy?
Yes. No. Not. They weren't fishnets, Ember. They
Oh.
were uncomfortable, but it was in the name of higher cooling at the time. But I've grown out of it now. It was an
Bobby
embarrassing
walks
time.
over and he's like, "Yeah, boss, just like when you wore that leotard all the time."
Well, I looked amazing in that leotard.
Yeah, you did, but it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too.
You all
It sounds
loved,
like
you all
sounds
loved
like you're
it, do
both
not
gonna have to
lie.
reenact later your past.
Well, I'm sure I can get Bobby to stitch a leotard together for me again. I'm sure Joan would like that.
You can always make it out of sack, boss.
Make it out of what?
Sack. Muslin.
Oh yes, sure, go for it.
Well, I was just going to say, boss, there's some big shots in this room, but I think they're gone now. And then there's some other big shots on the other side, from the coast.
Well, I'm sure we can converse, but I was
But what I was saying, the bard up there, his name's Jay Swingle, and he's a big bard on the coast or something.
Well, I'm Jeremy Swingleblood. I'm familiar. I will, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. If you, I've I just want to say I've spoke to the Crown Prince's personal guard, and they said they've assured me they will tell us of our predicament. In the meantime,
Yes, we were right here, Pierre.
yes, I know. I just wanted to make sure. In the meantime, I am needed for a bard off. So, good day.
Well,
He kind of gestures
I was
backwards.
thinking, boss, maybe we could say you're really shit so we can win loads of money when you win.
Aye, Bobby. There's a reason we are friends, my friend.
I'll play the piano. And he walks past you.
Yeah, Pierre's gonna stride up to the thing and just say, I challenge you to a bard off. I am a novice, but I wish to prove myself against the old, great, mighty Jeremy Swinglebert.
If you're gonna get up on the stage and you gotta get down on Boogie Man, this is my stage and I'll go first. And you can hear the crowds getting ooh!
Well, I suppose I just share the stage with such a star.
But if you're from the Sword Coast like me, then you're gonna see how we do it on the Sword Coast. It's like Mavie, and then we got the big shots, and he starts pointing out people in the crowd. We got Volo, get on camp, and then Volo stands up and he's like, I've written many books, and yes, we've got Flume Blackmar, and then it's like, you've heard of Flume Blackmar? And then
Yeah, definitely.
And we got, oh yeah, he's still in Sazale. I forgot about that one.
Well, I am your humble servant, a man of CORMYR himself, Pierre Rallyhorn.
And you hear, oh wait, I'll roll for the crowd to see how many of them recognise you. 5 on it. See from CORMYR. You get a mild yeah from some of the.
Yes, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Women.
Well, Mr. Swinglebert, I should let thee do the honours. Bobby! He clicks his fingers and he's like, play the piano.
Bobby's like, you got it, boss, and he launches into the Aristocats music.
Amazing. I'm gonna fucking bard off Jeremy Swingle. This is like...
Oh, boss, but we got to do the money.
Oh, of course, well, you know, and no bard off is good without a wager, Mr. Swinglebert.
I'll have you know that I've danced with Gravy Jenkins and I've been insulted by Davy Millstone. I'm one of the business, man. I'm the top. I'm the top 5 in the Sword Coast.
Well, I'm feeling confident tonight. 250 gold pieces.
But I was personally invited to Raja Obaskir's wedding party to be the main performer, so you're on.
Very well. You know, taps his hand and points to Bobby again.
Bobby's like, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee on the piano. So, what is Pierre doing?
Pierre is waiting for Jeremy to go first. He's gesturing to him to go first.
Jeremy, he looks between the lute and the harp, and he's like, "You ever seen a man play 2 hand instruments at one time?" And he's gonna grab both of them and try to play them simultaneously. Let me just do something for a sec. Where's Jeremy Swingle put under? Oh, he's just a bard, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeremy Swinglebert. Also, the character vault's really good because I could just get him from ready. So you can do a sleight of hand check at the first time to see if he gets advantage or disadvantage on his playing it. Yeah, I think he just rolls straight. So you see him picking up both. He's not doing a great job with it, but he's going to play it, and he's like, charisma. And as he's doing, he launches into a song about the heroes of Waterdeep. But halfway through, he manages to drop the lute and the harp on the floor, and they just record off. And you see the strings on the lute break, and he's just like, "Oh no, I'm just like 3 strings now," and sort of half goes off the stage embarrassed as he got a natural 1 on his performance check.
Holy shit.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
Bobby's like, "Go on, boss, put him in his place," on the piano.
Well, a grand effort. But now I, Pierre Lalihorn, will make you all marvel in the glory. And he kind of like picks up the lute and he's like, ding 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 ding, starts playing, and he's like, ever since I was a young boy, I played the silver lute. From Suzail down to Weymouth, I even played the flute. And he carries on in that fashion, and he's going to make a performance check.
Diligence, before you he rolled.
Hey! On Diligence.
Diligence, because of Pierre trying to set her up with Severus, wants to fuck with his performance by casting minor illusion and making it sound like he's farting in between his fucking lines. Horrific diarrhea farting.
Well, I'm sure that counted towards my natural one.
Yep. So you can tell, like, after Jeremy finished just dropping it everywhere, the crowd has become really subdued. As Pierre gets on the stage, they're a bit more like, "Oh, it's gonna be good," and then it just bombs, and you can hear Bobby's just like, he can't really play the piano, he's just mashing keys behind Pierre's performance.
Well, not my best. He kind of looks at Liana and is just like, "Oh, we're going to have a talking to later."
He uses minor illusion to make the sound of raucous laughter from the crowd at Pierre.
Yeah, you can tell that some people in the crowd are like, "Oh, fart noises are funny," and are laughing. But there's other people who are just like, "What?"
Yep.
Jeremy gets back on the stage and he's like, "I guess that's a draw."
Well, surely we continue until the best man wins.
"I'm sure we can't torture the audience even more than we just have, Mr. Rallyhorn."
I'll give you another 250 gold.
Whoa. You hear Volo call out, "Make it 1,000!"
In time, my good friend.
You hear Floon shout, "Oh, come on, 500!"
Fuck.
Diligence would call out, "A real bard would make it 500.
Jurgen shouts out, "Whoever does it will get a free picture from my drawing pad." Bobby's like, "Come on." No. "Come on, boss. It's 500 gold."
500 it is.
Jeremy's just like, "Oh yes, I can feel the swingle bird coming out of this one. This is called Tugly the Ugly." And he's like launches into it.
Joan just looks over and makes eye contact with Diligence and just rolls her eyes like,
That nearly got natural 20. But it's a good performance. Like, it's a very average performance. Like, and everyone's like, "Okay, this is a bit better than it was before." And he's like, "Tugly, he was so ugly. His mother even called him Fugly."
Oh, I'm so mad, right? I'm so mad.
And you get the crowd, and then Floonbread right sharp. So he's like, "Yeah, he's ugly." And Volo's like, "I don't know who you're talking about."
Whatever warlock patron Tugly's made a deal with is going to smite Jeremy Swinglebert from this world. Yeah, Pierre...
Why did...
Sorry,
what was Joan rolling her eyes at?
Pierre's attempt at this barred off and then betting such a large amount of money when he is clearly not doing very well.
Oh, I see.
Like, oh, for God's sake.
Diligence would give her like a solemn, pitying nod, like, "That's the guy you're dating now."
That's the nod I get from Hannah every day.
Yeah,
You're not like from-
Pierre's gonna muster up and he's gonna pull out. What other musical instruments do I even have? Let's have a fucking look. He's gonna bring out the viol, and he is going to. He's gonna like go a bit softer, and he's gonna like point out to Joan, and he's like, "I dedicate this one to the most beautiful woman in the room," and he says, "I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what love is."
Diligence doesn't do the farting sounds this time, and instead makes it sound like every other note. He's like, "I wanna know what love,"
Motherfucker.
with minor illusion.
Roll a d4 diligence.
And Joan is just like, oh god.
But even with a -3 from diligence trying to put Pierre off, everyone's like besotted with this love song rather than a hate song by Jeremy Swinglebert. The whole crowd's looking at Joan at the moment.
She's probably very red. And it's like, oh my god.
And Fleem's just like, it's so beautiful. And after that performance, Jeremy Swinglebird got a 10. Pierre got a 12.
Yes.
Nice.
He's like, oh, to lose to a amateur bard is so embarrassing. And he drops like a little pouch of gold into you, and he's like, enjoy it while it lasts.
How much?
I guess
That was 750 gold in total, right?
you bet 500, right?
I bet an extra 500 on top of the original 250. That's what everyone was
Yeah.
saying.
It would be 750 then.
Fucking yes. Adding that to my inventory.
It's like, I'll earn it back at Princess Rage's wedding, don't you worry, darling. And goes to sit with, trots off and looks at Joan, and he's like, whew, and sits down next to Fleening.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I'll
They're
be.
like, encore!
Well,
Bobby's like mashing the piano even harder.
I can't resist. Well, Bobby, please play me away.
He's gonna play what's that thing? That one.
What, the fucking Benny Hill song?
Yeah.
Pierre is going to pull out the flute this time, and he's going to say, "Are you ready? Are you ready for love? Yes, I am. Oh, yes." And carry on like that.
So, how long do you think you'd all spend watching Pierre playing? A few hours? An hour?
Yeah, I think eventually Ember would get up and do her little fire thing with him.
Yeah.
Their little show thing together. Yeah.
Yes, Miss Wins.
And the whole room would be enjoying it, but you see Jeremy Swinglebert pouting in the corner, just like, this is bullshit.
Fuck you, Jeremy Swinglebird, you piece of shit.
You see Jurgen happily drawing away at people, looking at people on the stage.
This one's for Tugly.
And eventually,
Diligence used some of the time for her. She would have half tantrum stormed out after Pierre won the bard off, and can she use the time instead for her scroll scribing?
Yeah, I imagine with if she's sitting with Scalehand, Dewey, and Clodo, Dewey and Clodo would actually probably be quite helpful in her writing the notes. So yeah, I think that's, even though he'd get a lot of Jelly Cave, he does actually seem to know what he's talking about sometimes.
Okay. Thank you.
So after the performance, Pierre, Ember, you'd see, Volo would walk up onto the stage. And he's like, "Yes, brilliant, brilliant. What are your names? I must know for my new guidebook."
Aye, sir. I am honoured to be in your presence, sir. I have read much about your works. I am the humble Pierre Rallyhorn.
Pierre Rallyhorn, and you see him like scribing. And you, miss?
Well, I haven't really read any of your books. To be honest, I don't even know who you are. But I'm Ember Wins.
It's all right. I'm a big deal, but Ember wins. Ah, yes. I'm updating my edition on the histories of the Forest Kingdom, and thought I should really get up to the north as quickly as possible with this whole war going on. It's all rather exciting, isn't it?
It is quite exciting. It's quite a big deal.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe you should. Well, maybe you should stay. Maybe it'd be more to write about.
Ah, maybe, but I am attending the Princess Rage's wedding in Cezale. It's really an event that I can't miss. It'll be all the talk of the kingdom. I just wanted to come and see how this war effort was going and all. It's a bit different to the Sword Coast, don't you know?
Well, no, I don't know. No, but what did you think then? Is it going well from your perspective?
Well, there hasn't been a war between nations on the Sword Coast in, well, decades. The worst we've had was a little plague, but that quickly went away.
Oh, plagues are horrible.
Yeah, plagues are rather bad, but I don't know. Seems like you've got this all down pat up here. He looks around. I like your little castle. It's most exquisite.
I mean, it could be better.
Of course, any castle could be better. It could be... Well, I'm not going to go into that. It's a bit of old nightmare sort of thing. And where do you both hail from? I just have to get this down. Monsieur Rallyhorn?
I am from Arabelle, my good sir.
Arabelle, saw it on the way up. Frontier town.
Yes,
Very nice.
yes.
It reminded me of... you ever been to... I don't know, actually. I mean, a lot of places on the Sword Coast are either very, very nice or very terrible. Whereas
Yes,
CORMYR
of course.
seems a nice balance. Looks at Ember and he's like, "And you're from Miss Wins?"
I'm from this little treehouse town that Hannah can't remember the name that she gave it.
Treetop Claws.
Yeah, Treetop here. It's called Treetop Claws. It's really cool.
I will put it in the guidebook. I assume you need the custom if it's a treetop place, right?
Yeah, look, she like pulls out a little pyrography piece of wood that she's drawn on, and shows it to him. It's got the treetops like houses on it and stuff. It kind of looks like this.
It's like, oh, it's beautiful, darling. May I buy it for my book?
I guess so. I could always make another one.
Well, you don't get many, artifacts so quickly from places you've never heard of. How about 25 gold pieces for it?
Sure. That sounds like a lot for a bit of wood.
Well, I don't see a tabaxi every day, especially hearing of a whole village of them. And he'd gladly hand over 25 gold pieces for it, Ember.
Well, thank you. Well, hopefully it looks good in your book.
Oh, I'm sure my avid readers will enjoy it more than my last book, Spectres and Ghouls of the Sword Coast. I don't suppose you've read it.
Not a clue.
It's fair enough.
Make sure when you put it in the book that it's got little flames around it.
Oh, okay. You see him make a note. He's just like flames. Kind of looks at Bobby. Is he worth putting in the guidebook?
Of course. You have not heard of Fast Hands, Cool Hat, the best beard in all of Arabelle? Bobby the Orc?
Well, he did seem to mash that piano like an animal, so I suppose that's something.
Well, quite.
How much for his hat? Do you own his hat?
His hat is priceless, I'm afraid.
1,000 gold pieces? No, don't worry. Anyway.
Well, we could, 1,000. That's, that's reasonable, a reasonable offer.
Well, I could get a hat like that from anywhere, but, I'd pay that much for him, take him back to the Sword Coast as a curiosity, but, we're not really into that thing on the Sword Coast, Slavery's kind of out of it, out at the moment.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I suddenly became very concerned.
Yeah. Right. It's a pleasure to meet you both. You'll both be going in the guide.
Brilliant. Lovely to meet you, Mr. Gedvamt.
Well, make sure to read my multitude of guides. The best one, obviously, Volo's Guide to Waterdeep. It's a most fascinating read. I hope, if you survive this war, which I'm sure you both will, you should go and see it yourself.
Do any of your guys have phoenixes in them?
Phoenixes.
Yeah, a really big fiery bird.
I can't ever... I've read a lot of legend about them, and they are a wonder in themselves. They can be quite aggressive from what I've heard. Never actually seen one, though.
Oh, you're missing out. They're really pretty. And, pretty generous.
Well, sometimes, the prettier something is, the more deadly something is. That's what I found out in all my travels. And, even if it's not pretty, it's normally pretty deadly. You know how these lands are.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, hopefully not. I kind of want to meet the one I saw one day.
Yes, what was his name?
Well, I don't know. Hopefully gonna find out.
Have you given it a name?
No, but that's a good idea.
Well, if you gave it a name, I could put it in my guidebook, and I could say that someone saw a phoenix in the Forest Kingdom. It would it'd go down well with the readers, for sure. And always need to pump the little details, You
got any fiery ideas for a phoenix name, Pierre?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps, Flamey?
Yeah, I was thinking more Blazy.
Blazy, yes. What about, Ignite?
Oh. Ignite the embers. There you go.
He writes it down. He's like, I might use that. I might not. I might come up with my own thing, and we'll just say that I came up with it. But yes.
Okay. He kind of shrugs, not really caring about it.
I love your accents, by the way. And he walks off.
Bye. That guy writes books.
Yes, he's a strange fella.
Yeah. Writing books is kind of boring, isn't it?
Well, it depends what kind of book you're writing. If you wrote a book about fire, then you think that would be interesting?
I think that'd be the only one that would be interesting.
Okay,
well, maybe except for phoenixes, that'd be pretty interesting.
Well, there you go. There's 2 books for you.
Well, as long as they don't attack me, I guess.
Well, hopefully not.
Well, are we going to go down to the catacombs then, or are we going to go down now?
Well, I think we should discuss that with Liana and Joan, see what they think. I think if we are going to... We should probably do it soon if Miss Severus Arcana is doing us a favour. Plus, what was her fucking name again? I keep forgetting her name.
Raidra.
No, the girl who wanted to go in for the history stuff in the catacombs.
Katia.
Yeah. Plus, Katia, she seemed awfully interested in the history.
I guess so.
Killed 2 birds with 1 stone, as it were.
Yeah. Just aren't we on like a time limit though? Do we have to do this quickly?
Well, perhaps we could do it this evening.
Okay, to the catacombs.
To the catacombs, Bobby. You keep the party going.
Don't worry, Bush, I will. And he's just like hammering the piano, and everyone's kind of like just listening to the loud sounds from the piano. Jeremy Swinglebert's still pouting away in the corner.
Yeah, Pierre's gonna like give him a little wink as he goes out.
Yeah, he just like puts his nose up and turns away.
Amazing.
Well, I'm pretty energized by our performance there, Pierre, so maybe we should just go now. Joan, I think we're going to go to the catacombs.
Well, let's make sure with Liana first. See what she thinks.
Oh, true.
She is the brains of the operation, after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll meet up with Diligence and see.
Yeah, she's up at the top, the most northern part.
Beep.
Whew.
Beep.
There is a whole market district part as well. I forgot to say that. Actually, I think I did say it, but
We'd probably go there before we went into the catacombs, I would have thought. Especially now I've got won another 750 gold.
Yeah, so as you approach, you can see that Diligence is working away. Diligence, you probably get about 2 hours in.
Diligence
Dili-
dead.
Yeah, Diligence dead.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go toilet.
I'm here.
Oh wait then. Yeah, Diligence probably got about 2 hours in with her spell.
Yeah, I heard you, and I said shit.
Oh, okay.
Fly spell. 4 hours.
I might end at 10:30 because Tom sounds like he's really dying.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
do a short one.
Yeah. Right, I'll put music back on.
What do you think, Diligence? Should we go to the catacombs tonight?
We can, I suppose. We are not battle weary.
No, if anything, I'm pretty energized. We just did a really good show, me and Pierre.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, didn't you see?
I wanted to get some work done. It can't all be fun and games for a wizard, I'm afraid.
Oh.
All those fancy spells from the tower, I need to copy them into my spellbook.
Is that what you've been doing as well, Dewey?
No, I've mostly been watching Diligence work and talking to Kedwin, and Kedwin like nods at him. If you're thinking about going into the catacombs, they're pretty labyrinthian. You'd have to come up with a pretty smart plan to try and find wherever you're going in there. There
Oh.
thousands, well, the whole of Fortress Guac, from what I hear, was built about 1,200 years ago. There's a lot down there. And what I hear from your friend Katia here, well,
If we get lost, we can just, burn through the wall, I guess.
there it's many levels, Ember. If you get lost down there, you may be stuck down there for days. So I'd think about your approach. People don't go down there for a reason. It's deep and empty.
Is it gonna be cold?
I've never been. And he and also I'm a Goliath, I'm used to it.
Well, I don't mind. I mean, if we're going either way, I guess we could be cold now or later.
If you're going down to the catacombs, I'll stay up here and read about my jellies. Gotta be ready for the cave.
Yes. If we go.
Perhaps we could use rope or something to leave a trail behind us to make sure we don't get
Oh.
lost.
Is the ground burnable, Scalehand?
I assume it's made out of stone, so maybe you could char it. I don't really know.
Just make scorch marks on our way.
That's a good idea.
Didn't you get an orb of direction or something from that tower?
You did get an orb, but you couldn't work out what it was pointing at.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it wasn't pointing north or south. It seemed to change as you moved direction.
Weird.
Perhaps we could acquire one from the marketplace. I do not know if they sell such esteemed magic items.
Oh, I haven't been.
Maybe.
On mention of that, you would see Bugrick. Remember the guy who escorted the caravan up to Port Obligation? He was like, "Hey up!"
Ah, good to see you.
Just wanted to say thank you again for your help. Thanks to you folk. Well, it took a while to see you, but you're the reason I all survived. I forgot to give you this last time. And whoever's nearest, like Ember, he'd flick you a coin.
Ooh.
And if you looked at the coin, it'd be like an iron coin, and it'd have 2 thrones, one on each side. And he's like, if you present that to any Iron Throne merchants, you should get 10% off. Don't say I didn't help you. Well, don't thank me all at once.
It is most appreciated.
Well, thought you deserved it for getting me there. And he walks back to his table.
Well, if we are to head in this evening, perhaps we should go to this marketplace, see if we can make use of this discount first, yes.
Yeah, we should probably go before it closes, so I don't know what time they normally shut themselves down.
Yes, let's go immediately then. Why not?
Catty would be like, if you're going to the catacombs, can I come too?
Of course. I see no reason why not.
Thank you. Dewey's like, it's gonna be dark, isn't it?
Probably, yes.
Shit.
You can see in the dark, Dewey.
Well, if I can't, I know you're just always going to be doing Fire Ember, so it's not really a problem.
That is true.
We can just leave your rag at the entrance, Mr. Do on the grass, and then should we need to find our way out, we can just follow our noses.
I need them for throwing at Ember.
They never make it to me because I just burn them in the air.
Exactly, it's good target practice for you.
It's true.
Well, onward to the shop.
I like Pierre's idea.
Clodo's like, see you later, friends.
Goodbye, Jellyman.
To the shop.
Thank God.
Yeah, let's go to the shop.
Joan, what do you want to buy at the shop?
Earplugs.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I
You
don't
can
think
sleep
I can
even
pick
more
anymore.
quietly.
Earplugs made of jelly.
Joan would give him a very playful elbow, you can piss off right now.
We can't. He's just laughing.
Go on, Kieran, what do they sell at the shops?
Right, there are 6 different shops. I'll drag all your people over.
List.
Give me the list.
List.
6 different shops. 2 of the shops would have people you would recognise as Iron Throne mercenaries on the outside. From what you can see, there are a few. There is one shop which seems to deal in religious idols and blessings. There's a books and maps shop. Iron Throne Weapon Shop. Potions, poisons, and herbs. And magic items.
Start with the weapons, I think.
Yeah, one by one.
Okay. Okay, we won't play it out then. So, the standard weapons, you would see 2 heavy guards on the outside. There would be a gnome serving you.
Can we sell stuff to them as well, Kieran, or not really?
It depends what you're selling, I think.
Okay.
Like the Iron Throne's weapons people wouldn't accept your stuff, but all the other shops would.
Yeah.
So
I just realised that I don't have it on me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got some good shit.
I mean,
I'm gonna buy the adamantine half plate, I think.
Ooh.
Okay. Take that off then.
Can I sell them my
You can't sell weapons to these guys because the Iron Throne only deal from Iron Throne like blacksmiths,
Oh shit, okay.
because it's like that state mandated trading company.
Yeah, it's fine.
The only shopping diligence is going to want to do is for paper and ink.
Okay.
So could I buy 400 gold's worth of paper and ink?
So that. Did you see the books and maps? So the ink is 10 GP per ounce, and he's got 30 ounces, and the paper is 2 silver pieces per sheet, and he's got 40 sheets. They've also got other things like the Splintered Oath, for Oaken Daughter, The Voice in the Forest. It's all fiction. Death of a Singing Monkey, Dirty Sheets, Romance, and Prison of Winter.
Dirty Sheets, a romance.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Up to 19 AC now. Got my AC up by 2.
Nice.
What is he's higher than... No, it's not.
Nope.
Do they sell any healing potions?
So the potions, poison, and herbs. They have 8 healing potions at 50
Nothing.
gold each. There's
Yeah.
potions for climbing, fire breath. There's 4 potions of greater healing for 280 gold. Potion of mind reading.
Can I try and persuade them to sell me 2 potions of greater healing for 500?
Oh, would
go on.
Pierre have got the discount on the old plate?
Yeah, he would have got 10% off.
That is a 23.
Yeah, they did it for 500, I think. Actually, they might do it for 510.
510. Okay, that's pretty reasonable. 2 potions of greater healing.
Is Joan
And
getting any for potions of healing?
I'm tempted to buy all of them, the potions of healing.
So
Yeah.
400 gold.
Yeah, I have 400 gold, I think. Yes. Yep, I do.
If I got 10% off, Kieran, how much would I have got back? It was 1200, right? So
120, and then minus 120, 1080.
okay, cool. So 120 back. Okay, cool.
So is Jane buying all the normal healing potions?
Mhm.
Okay, so that's 400 gold.
Thank you, Cancer.
No problem.
Ember wants a potion of fire breath.
Yeah, but he's got 5 of them, and they're 300 each.
Yeah, she only wants 1.
Okay.
Does each scroll case only hold 1 scroll?
Let me have a look. Scroll case. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Case, map, or scroll. Yeah, I guess it would then.
Okay. Then she will buy 5 of them, I guess. 5 GP.
Okay.
And then she's gonna buy the Atlas.
Ooh, very nice.
Is this all 10% off as well? So I get
No, it's just the Iron Throne weapons that are 10% off,
okay.
and the magic items, which I will show you now.
Ooh, pretty good.
Oh, that deck of illusions is tempting.
There's another immovable rod. Double them up.
Big rod.
When it says robe of useful items, what does that technically mean?
So it's a robe that has these patches on, and I
Mm.
randomly roll for what patches are on it when you buy it.
Okay.
Great.
So Ilkas has one, and you can get things like doors and windows where you can place it on a random like wall, and then you can open a door into the wall where there's no actual door. So it can be really good. And there's also things like ropes and buckets that can be on it, or just money.
I was just thinking whether it was a thing that you could just pull stuff out the pockets, and then I was like, oh, but we could leave that in a trail behind us. No, don't worry.
No, it's sadly not.
Okay,
Trail
I'm
of
gonna buy the
buckets.
deck of illusions,
Nice.
and that'll be like all my money.
That's 450 then, because this is instead of 500.
Is there another 50 gold back? Took 500 already.
And there's one final shop, which is religious idols and blessings.
I kind of really want the wind fan, you know? It doesn't make that much sense, but I still want it. I want it.
What does 3 spells per day mean, Kieran?
It means that he can cast, like if you're injured, you
Ah.
could pay him and he would do it for you.
Got it.
So like the
Diligence
identify, yeah.
would only go to the one shop. Could she... I'm not going to try and sneak in more spell writing time, but can she use 20 minutes to cast Identify on 2 potions that I got from the tower?
Of course, yeah. Let me look at what they were. Do you
There's
have
one
written?
that's... Yeah, I've written down, potion looks empty but feels as though it is holding liquid, brackets, very rare.
I think that's an invisibility potion.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me just look. It might be great invisibility. Where is it? Stonelands.
Invisibility is very rare.
Yeah, it must be invisibility then.
Cool. Added that. Remove the custom item. And then the other one is viscous milky white substance, 5 ounces, legendary.
Sovereign glue.
Ah, beautiful. Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
I kind of want the immovable rod, you know? Then we can have 2 immovable rods in the party.
Infinite ladder.
Exactly. Dual wield immovable rods. I want it. I'm getting it. That's cool.
Okay.
Immovable
Do I
rod.
buy all of the healers kits?
What does it? I can't remember what healer's kit does. Does it just instantly stabilize?
I think so, yeah. And doesn't Joan have spare the dying?
I don't know. Oh yeah. No, never mind. I'm not gonna waste my money. I'm tempted by a holy symbol, maybe, or am I?
Yeah,
No.
It doesn't have an immortal one, I don't think.
No.
Because he's a rare boy.
Stupid Lathander.
Just gets Lathander one and carves an A into it. There, done.
Amanda.
Not my mum.
Spell cure wounds 3 spells a day. I'm assuming that uses up spell slots, right?
No, it means that if you're wounded, the guy can cast it on you.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so if you got back and you're like really wounded and no spell slots, he could heal you up.
But he's not coming with us, is he?
No, but it's for the soldiers and stuff.
Okay.
It's 2 great healing potions left, but I haven't got enough.
Yeah, I don't have enough anymore.
Legends didn't come to that shop.
I got 2.
Yeah, something.
Should be all right.
It's only been 1 day since the Mage's Tower, right, Kieran?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you slept at the Mage's Tower, I think. No, wait, you
It's
slept.
fine.
At Fort Champion we slept, and then we came out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've rolled. It's on the Wonder Secrets charges.
It's been like 2 days.
Well, you
We
slept. You slept
in the-
one day. Incorrect. I think you slept one day there.
We slept in the like on the way back as well, though, didn't we?
I think Hannah's right, yeah. I think it's been 2 days since there was a tower, technically.
Yeah, because we stopped part way.
Yeah,
Because we
you're
couldn't
right.
get there in a day,
Yeah, you're right.
and then
Because we did it
think-
slowly. Yeah, because it was like a full day's travel from the Wizard's Tower to Fort Champion, wasn't it?
I think we stopped in the little same place we stopped on the way there,
Yeah,
and then
I
we
think you're
slept at Champion as well.
Mm. Right. Have you got everything you want?
Yep, I've got everything I can afford and want.
Yeah, all I got is what I can afford.
Jay, you got everything you want?
I did buy the immovable rod today.
Think so. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll end it there for today. Seems like a good place, seeing as you're about to head out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short session.
Yeah, I'm feeling really tired as well.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes I felt like that when running Strahd on Monday. Like, I think not having done it like online for a week was really like tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a little bit of everything session, so
I think we got some stuff sorted for like a big session next time though.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Depends what you're gonna do. You're gonna go to both places in the catacombs or one of them? Or...
Try, I guess. Yeah.
Depends how hard it is, I suppose, down there.
Yeah. Wait and see.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh yeah.